All right, happy Thursday night, everybody. Welcome on into the Raiderland World Headquarters. It's time for the daily broadcast. We are back home in West Texas after a great trip to Red River, New Mexico. I want to thank all of our great friends out there. Red River Brewery, Lifts West Hotel and Condominium. That, of course, our little breakfast spot out there, yesterday's diner, where I think I'm still fueled up from the pancakes that I had yesterday. So a lot of great folks out there. We had a good time, but we're back home today. We got major college sports news, and one of the big players in that is Texas Tech Board of Regents chairman and founder of the Feast, one might say. Cody Campbell will pose the question tonight, as he authored in the Federalist. Do you agree with him that only Congress and the president can save college sports? He is co-chair, along with Nick Saban, of what will be a president's commission to basically look at everything that some people hate about college sports right now, how to fix it. So we got thoughts on that. I want to hear your thoughts on that. And really, that's the overriding question tonight. Do you agree with Cody Campbell that only Congress and the president can fix, save college sports? Texas Tech softball rolls today 4-0 over Baylor. They got Arizona State tomorrow at 3 in the Big 12 tournament. And then there are people saying that the Dallas Cowboys, after the Pickens acquisition, they're back. They're right in there with the NFC East. Really? What team are they watching? All right, you tell us. Let's get it going in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. You start your day every day on the website. We got Raiderland hot links, except we were headed out so early this morning that most of the links weren't posted by the time we were on the road heading back to West Texas. So we'll have a hard-hitting Friday hot link segment coming up for you tomorrow at theraiderland.com in the morning. Brought to you tonight by South Plains College. The road to Raiderland runs through Levelland. A lot of great Red Raiders started off as great Texans. They've got over 100 majors there at South Plains College in Levelland. Check it out. Something might be perfect for you, maybe for your kids. They've got adult continuing education classes, all of that out there at South Plains College. Also brought to you tonight by Ultra Exteriors. When you think of windows, you think of Warren Taylor. That's right. When you see a window and you know you want it to look better, you think of Warren Taylor and Ultra Exteriors. They do free in-home estimates. It's much more than windows, bathroom remodels, stand behind all their work. It's all guaranteed. You name it. Check out Ultra Exteriors on their website. If you're looking at doing some home improvements, sprucing up the place this summer, tell Warren that we sent you. And of course, all the communications, just like Craig getting in on our Facebook page, the talking box is indeed on. Brought to you by United Supermarkets in Market Street. Here's the deal, guys. The clock is ticking. Mother's Day is Sunday. Cards, check, you can get it there. Flowers, check, you can get it there. You think candy is in order, you can get candy there. Maybe a lovely fruit basket. You can. The possibilities are endless, and you can actually ask them, "Hey, I want to put together something cool for mom," or if you're married, for your wife who may be a mom. It doesn't really matter. Just do something good. Go to United Supermarkets in Market Street. James also getting in on that United Supermarkets chat line with a thumbs up. All right, so we're ready to go. We posed the question tonight. Do you agree with Cody Campbell, the founder of the Matador Club, former Red Raider? Obviously, he is a confidant of the President of the United States. I don't think that is shocking to anybody that he would be involved in this. He and President Trump have a very convivial relationship, for those who have paid attention to that over the last several years. So nothing about that is shocking. But I want to get to the premise of it. And we said earlier this week that when Donald Trump started talking about doing stuff, I'm like, no, I don't want Donald Trump doing anything. I don't want the president. I don't want the Congress doing anything in college athletics. It won't turn out well. It won't work. And then when I see who's involved in talking about this little commission, all I need to know that I'm checked out on it. You may not be. You may think this is exactly what needs to happen. You tell us on the chat line that you agree that this is what has to happen. But when I see Tommy Tuberville and Nick Saban lining up behind something, that's all I need to know to get my hat and get on out the door. So I reject the premise of what Cody Campbell said in one of his Federalist, and that's a website, a conservative website, moderately conservative website, I would say. regarding the idea of the government coming in to save college sports. But I ask you, do you agree or disagree? If you agree, tell me why. If you disagree, you can tell us why. I need to sneeze. Hold on. All right. Yeah. All right. We're good. Maybe you agree. You want to talk about softball? We can do that. Texas Tech getting their money out of Nijaree Canady. NIL money well spent in action right there. And then the whole Dallas Cowboys, really, are you buying anything there? Are you buying what some people are trying to tell you that they're right back in the mix now? They were just a receiver away from being right back in the mix in the NFC East, which means you're in the mix for the NFC Championship. It's up to you. You guys jump in, get on the United Supermarkets chat line. If you're on our YouTube channel for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, we appreciate it. Just hit like and share and grow that. If you're on Twitter X, you can get in with your comments as well tonight at Ryan Hyatt Media. And we're just a little bit road weary today, but we're glad to be here. Love going to the mountains. Love having a good time. Love getting back home as well. So we look at some of the comments. Don Williams has a good piece in the Lubbock Avalanche Journal. I believe On3 Sports also had their piece up. I don't know if they were first, depending on how you look at this. But from the AJ story that Don put together, Yahoo Sports reported Trump's intent to create a college sports commission to look at issues such as frequent player movement via the transfer portal, unregulated booster payments to athletes, whether athletes can or should be employees, how Title IX fits in, how to preserve the Olympic sports model. Saban has been a harsh critic of the current state of college athletics. Where's the Tuberville? There's a Tuberville quote either in the Don story or in the CBS Sportsline story, and maybe it's in the CBS Sportsline story. There it is. And here's where, again, I'm not getting on board this train. And I would probably agree when it comes to college sports with Cody Campbell 90% of the time, maybe 85, 90%. That's really good. We'd probably be in agreement, but I'm not going with him on this. But Senator Tommy Tuberville of Alabama, who previously had stints as the coach at Ole Miss, Auburn, Texas Tech, and Cincinnati, also said he spoke with the Trump administration about NIL. According to the quote, college football is the heart and soul of America, but it's in danger if we don't level the playing field, Tuberville posted on social media. That made me want to laugh out loud. We have leveled the playing field. The playing field has been leveled. You don't like it because you're trying to protect the status quo. Saban doesn't like it because he's trying to protect the status quo. This is the leveling of the playing field. What we have right now. That's why Nijaree Canady pitched 6 2/3 innings. I don't know why she didn't close it out, didn't give up a run or anything, whatever. That's why she's at Texas Tech, because you could pay her $1 million. That's why you are going to be a top 5 preseason basketball program. You weren't that before NIL. So look at who's fighting for this. Again, I want to go back. I'm not surprised to see Cody Campbell involved with this. Obviously, extensively involved and knowledgeable about what's going on in college sports. And again, a close relationship. And when I say close, take, whatever, with President Trump. But I reject the premise that only Congress and the president can save college sports, because I reject the premise that college sports needs to be saved right now. I kind of like the deal we got. James off the United Supermarkets Market Street chat line. If anyone expects the government or UIL to make the right decisions on sports, don't, because they never make the right decision. Well said. Jeff gets in on the YouTube channel, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Everything free, by the way, in Raiderland. We don't charge for our channels. We don't charge for our Facebook. We don't charge for our, Twitter or anything else. All these guys becoming big government conservatives. I'm with you. I'm out on any deal coaches Tommy and Nick are in on. Well, that's the thing. A lot of conservatives and so-called conservatives, they don't hate government and they don't hate big government. They just only like it when they're doing it. They only like it when it's their big government. When it's their spending project, that's okay. When it's somebody else's spending project, we're against big government. JC on YouTube, you don't want it institutionalized, but Saban and Cody could make hay, but keep Congress and alphabet agencies out. Need direction, not clutter. And when Big Ten and SEC get 10 times what you get, only level there is deep pockets. That is not a level playing field. Yes, it is. It is a level playing field. Any school can have a Cody Campbell. Any school can have scads of donors who, if they want to pay the money, if it's important, they want to do it, they can do it. 100%. Every school can do that. You're telling me that Vanderbilt doesn't have graduates that could do that if they wanted to? If they wanted to. You're telling me that Duke doesn't have graduates that if they wanted to for football, I'm using football, that they could. No, it is the ultimate level playing field. Do you want to be good? Do you want to be great? Pay the freight. But again, let's go back to the original flawed premise that only Congress or the president can save college sports. No, college sports can save itself. The colleges can fix this. Unionize the players, collectively bargain an agreement, and there you go. It's that simple. To do that, you get away from the NCAA, you break away at the highest playing football and basketball levels. Maybe you keep some other stuff under the NCAA umbrella, and off you go. It's really that simple. It is. And none of it involves Congress, only from the standpoint of Congress getting involved years ago in professional sports with antitrust exemptions for Major League Baseball, the National Football League. We've seen those court cases dozens of times over the decades, right? But again, I'm rejecting the premise. Plus, if you tried to legislate it at the federal level, the first thing that happened, Ken Paxton would sue the federal government. You would have multiple attorney generals around the country. The states would sue. The athletes would sue. The states would sue. And it becomes an even bigger mess. But one more time, if Tommy Tuberville's involved in Ford, that's all I know. I'm hiding my wallet. You may disagree. That's fine. Give me the reasons why you would think, though, that this would be a good idea. We've also, we can talk about Tech softball. Baseball doesn't start until tomorrow against UCF. Weather looking good this weekend. Maybe the first weekend in a long time that Texas Tech has had baseball under sunny skies. And off we go. Jeff, I find it funny that when Texas Tech and BYU start making hay in college football because of NIL and the portal, all of a sudden it becomes a problem that needs to be fixed. Best of times right now. I agree. If you were a Texas Tech fan, why would you want any of this to change? Is it unsustainable? Now, there's an interesting phrase. Is the current marketplace unsustainable? Well, it's only unsustainable if those in the marketplace decide it's unsustainable. And by that, I mean the Matador Club doesn't have to pay $40 million for this roster if they don't want to. Nobody put a gun to their head. Nobody's forcing them to do it. This is a totally at-will relationship. But we can't keep doing this, man. Save us from ourselves. That's really what they're saying, isn't it? Save us from ourselves. I ain't down with that. More unions for sure. The answer, keep Cody out. Well, I mean, I actually want Cody Campbell and people like him involved. I just don't want it involved at the federal level. I want it involved at the conference level or whatever we're going to call that, or at the university level. And, you know, like if you created a college football, you know, pro sports league, hey, Cody Campbell for commissioner, knock yourself out. I'm there. You know, I'm there with that. I mean, I would much rather see something like that than the running to Congress, which the NCAA has been doing that now for 5 years. Running to Congress, trying to find sympathetic ears, drumming up the old, you got to do it. You got to do it for college football, the fabric of America. We're going to lose college football. And if we lose that, you know, the Chinese are going to come streaming across the border there in Alaska and Canada because college football changed and Alabama's not as good as they were. Yeah. All right, James, with a really good question. If a CBA happens, does a cap limit come with it, similar to the NFL, for example? Absolutely. So to get a CBA, you have to have somebody to bargain with, collectively bargained agreement. So you have to have a group of people represented on one side, like the NFL Players Association. They work with the NFL. You would have to create a college football league involving multiple colleges, conferences, let's say the Big Four conferences, ACC, Big 12, Big 10, SEC. They all agree that if you're going to play in one of our four conferences, you will sign a contract that is standard across the four conferences that are governed by a collectively bargained agreement. You will join a players association for whatever we call the College Football Association. I like that. The College Football League, that's the CFL. Well, College Football Association. Anyhow, and much like in the NFL, you sign a contract with the NFL, not the Dallas Cowboys. And that's how you are able to collectively bargain the salary caps, the contract terms, rookie deals out of high school, second year, third year player deals. That's all structured because you've agreed to that. And if you want to play in this league, you have to sign that contract. You have to be a member of the Players Association to do it. Baseball, basketball, NHL. There you go. It's just that simple. JC says it is unsustainable. Beck had to pay $40 million, Bama $0. We're still not close. Their TV share covers them, and school supports athletics with cash. I think we're talking past each other here. You got two different things there, and the House settlement hadn't happened yet on the $22 million. Alabama has had to raise a lot of money. They have had to go, and they are losing battles in the NIL. You haven't closed the gap on the football field yet, but you've closed the monetary gap. There is no monetary gap. Now, if we look at the total athletic department revenue, yeah. But when it comes to NIL, when it comes to buying the players, you close that gap. According to Antonelli, the guy at Indiana, the guy who was like 8th in line to be Pope, I think maybe, he says you close the gap. You're paying as much as they are. We got gaps. Yo, Adrian, I got gaps. You got gaps. Maybe we can get together and close some gaps. Have you seen the turtles? This cuff, this link. Get it? Cuff, link. It's only unsustainable if you choose not to pay it. And I agree that it is unsustainable for the most part at that level. Jeff, back on YouTube. This is good substantive conversation. I hope more of you guys will get in. If you're enjoying the replay, feel free to hit us on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media. Brought to you tonight by Ultra Exteriors in Lubbock. They serve all of West Texas. Right now, if you're looking at doing some summer home improvements, everything, from a pergola, simple pergola, something like that, outdoor living area, maybe you want new window treatments, or you hate your bathroom and your wife has said, I am not going to go another year with this bathroom. They will come do free in-home estimates. You give Warren Taylor a call, our man there. HUD Taylor is their quality control specialist. You can mention our name. Where were we going with this? Jeff on YouTube, Right Nights Raiderland. It's all free. Sign up, share, hit like, grow it. Same thing, Facebook page if you're not signed up on Facebook. It's only unsustainable in the sense that you'll get another tier, the haves and the rest, Iowa State and Indiana's of the world that can't afford to pay to play. All right, I think they can't. Are you telling me that the University of Indiana, which has been around for over 100 years, I think, they have no graduates that have the money to invest that Texas Tech has? Are you telling me that Iowa State, that's been around forever, that they don't have graduates, they don't have businesses, they don't have anybody? I would disagree with that. I would say every university that is in a Power 4 conference right now, and I know we don't use that term, but you know what I'm saying, should have and does have enough, if they want to invest it that way, to do it that way. Now that they choose not to, and they cry poverty and they cry poor, that's their choice. That's free enterprise. That's the market. 100%. Is it unsustainable? If you choose to be. Now, I agree. It's not good. It's not great. I reject the premise that Congress can fix it, that the president can fix it. I reject that premise. Again, who's fighting hardest for this? The people who are running the show for the last 70 years, the last 50 years, and they don't like it that schools like Texas Tech are involved now. They don't like it. They don't want it to happen. So why would Cody Campbell become involved in something like this? Again, he has a good relationship with the president. If the president asks you to do something, hey, it ain't bad for your career. He has an oil and gas career. I also think he has not aspirations to be the president of the United States, although, hey, that'd be kind of cool, whatever. But if the president has your number, you got his number, and they ask you to do something, you get involved. You do that. But even before this, Cody Campbell has written several things in the Federalist.com, most notably the one that we're referencing here, that, quote, only Congress and the president can save college sports. I don't want college sports to be saved right now. I want it to be changed, but I don't want it to be saved. All right, we got about another 5-10 minutes left in it tonight. Get your comments, questions in. If you're just joining us, Tech beat Baylor 4-0 in softball at the Big 12 tournament. They have Arizona State tomorrow at 3 o'clock. I probably should say weather permitting or anything else, because when we get to this time of year in Oklahoma City, I think we've all learned, particularly over the years of the Big 12 baseball tournament, it's just a matter of when the storms are going to roll in, not if. We can speak of the Cowboys freely and openly if you so choose. I think it was on Yahoo, a columnist saying that the Cowboys are back in the NFC East. With Pickens, they're back, and they may be one of the most balanced teams. I'm like, when did I miss the run game that Dallas has? When did I miss the offensive line that Dallas has? When did I miss a quarterback that hasn't aged and not aged well and can't stay upright and will probably miss 20% of your games this year? Which team is that? That at what point did anybody at the end of last year go, God, just another wide receiver away from being in the freaking Super Bowl? No, don't think so. Jeff, totally agree. Iowa State's AD crying poverty. They'll choose to be in the lower tier. Harvard has all the money, and they choose not to be a sports power. There you go. Harvard has like $53 billion in their endowment. They could do whatever they wanted to in the landscape of sports. They choose to play in the Ivy League that does not offer athletic scholarships, and that's what they choose to do. I'll reject the premise that any school in a major conference that's been around 100, what are you saying about your school? What are you saying about the value of your degree? What are you saying about the quality of graduates if you say we can't do this? At the end of the day, I mean, okay, 40 million for football, 12 for basketball. All right, there's 60 million. Again, at the end of the day, if you want to pay it, they'll pay it. But we can fix it and we can change it, and it can be collectively bargained, and the players become paid employees, and we give up the ghost of the old amateurism model, and they become paid employees, and everybody's happy, and it works out good for everybody, and you control that. NIL goes away, and then you do have exactly what the NFL has, what the NBA has had to deal with this in Las Vegas, I believe, about a year ago. All the professional leagues, have deals put in place that you can't like sign a free agent to go to Dallas for market value. Let's say for market value, and then under the table work in fake endorsements. It's, but our owner here, he's going to give you another $4 million, and you just got to go talk to some kids. You can't do that. Now, you have right now under the House settlement some different things that are talking about basically a clearinghouse that would review all NIL deals. By the way, none of that would go into effect until probably next year at the earliest. That's why a lot of these NIL deals are being front loaded right now, so they can't come under scrutiny in a year or two from whatever may be put in place. Remember that as we move forward right now with some of the NIL stuff, that while everybody's crying poor and everybody's screaming for the government to help, they're also doing everything they can to dump money on the players this year and front load the contracts. Troy Aikman, Tom Brady, it's the reverse of the deals they had. That they had deferred money, and it doesn't really matter. But you will have in place the exact same thing that the NFL does that keeps you from just coming in and I mean, let's say Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs can't do the $500 million deal. Can't do the salary cap is a problem. They got all sorts of issues, but they still want Patrick Mahomes. The Hunt family just couldn't come in and give Patrick Mahomes an extra $75 million under the table and say, all you got to do is go speak to the Rotary Club in Salina. No, all of the deals in the NFL, they've got to be legit. They've got to pass the muster. And it's, again, this is all collectively bargained. This is all in the CBA contracts. That all those things are reviewed. You're going to do the Head and Shoulders deal, it's got to be legit. This can't be an under-the-table deal. Now, do some markets benefit more than other markets that it's a bigger market? You've got more opportunities to do that, to make money on a regional basis. Absolutely. Dallas professional athletes do great. Guys in Green Bay don't do so great within the regional market stand place. Guys in, again, Dallas do great. Charlotte, not so much. But they're still legit deals. College can mimic this. College can do it. And it can be done without Donald Trump, without Senator Tuberville. Sorry, I got to have a drink after I say that. Without Ted Cruz, without any of them beating their chest and saying they are saving college sports. I don't want them to save it that way. Randy Wade off Facebook. How can the Sips and Aggies announce a game time in November, but the Big 12 waits until the day of the game to announce the game time? TV contracts and all that good stuff, and they already know what the window slot's going to be for that and what the network wants. Big 12 operates on a 7-day out and sometimes a 10-day out. Is it 10-day or 12? Well, either way. Theirs is much more flexible because the networks want to be able to pair the best teams at a given time. With a rivalry game like Texas and A&M, they know that regardless of the records, that is going to be a game that people are going to watch. So they say, all right, this is when the game time's going to be. It's not going to be a 10-day out. It's not going to be whatever. But with your other conference games, even in the SEC, even in everything else, very flexible, very fluid. That is the business we have chosen, and the colleges have said, we will agree to that in order to get all the money that you give us. And the networks say, we'll give you a bunch of money, but you got to give us the flexibility to not have crap schedules. Now, it sucks for the fans, and we've talked about it a lot over the years, that it makes it almost impossible to plan. And I think it hurts schools like Texas Tech, where you do have a lot of people traveling, 5 hours, longer than that you go from, hey, I think it's going to be, it doesn't even matter the start time. And it could cost you an extra day at hotel. It could cost you an extra day getting back home. Anything like that stinks. But you like the money. You like your school getting the money. This is what you put up with. If you don't want to do that, you can go drop down to the Hardin Simmons world. WT. I don't think WT ever has to change a game time based on TV. ESPN Plus puts it on whenever it's on or whatever it is. But that's how that plays out. You guys have been really good tonight. I've enjoyed the conversation. If you like what we do, you can do a couple of things. You can share the dog out of this. You can put it on your Twitter feed, your Facebook feed, whatever. We will have this archived on the website here in just a little bit, theraiderland.com. You can share it from there. But yeah, invite friends in, tell them what we're doing. And then the next best thing you can do, subscribe to all of our channels. If you watch on Facebook, that's fine. You can always watch on Facebook. but sign up on our YouTube channel and help drive that number. Obviously, I hope everybody's following us on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media. Same thing, a lot of YouTubers. If you do Facebook, go like our page. We do a lot of different things there. We do a lot of different, kind of unique content and stuff on Facebook. And just we try to give you guys a reason to pay attention to all of our platforms. We thank our great sponsors tonight, United Supermarkets on the chat line, Ultra Exteriors. Remember, when you think of windows, Warren Windows, Ultra Exteriors in South Plains College, over 100 degrees waiting for you at South Plains College. Jeff, thanks for the kind words. I want to thank you guys because you guys make the show work. You guys, best audience in all of sports media, and you guys are smart and intelligent and drive really substantive discussion most nights. All right, we'll be back with you tomorrow night. Wrap up the week. Big Friday night show coming up. And remember, in the morning at theraiderland.com, we'll ask you the most Texan thing you've done this week, and we'll have those fresh Raiderland hot links waiting for you. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, hit the website, theraiderland.com.